Well, the good news is that the insurance industry is incredibly well capitalized. So we do a lot of scenario testing against large and significant events. Frankly, nobody could have predicted the devastating extent of COVID for multiple reasons, not least loss of life, let alone the economic impacts. But the good news is that we are all solvent. We are capable and credible of paying the losses that will arise from COVID. And you might recall that 6 weeks ago, we reported that Lloyd's estimated that we'd pay out $4.3 billion to customers, so we can meet those obligations. And really importantly, we can meet the obligations that we do day in, day out. We pay $500 million almost every week in claims to customers. So we feel comfortable and capable to meet our obligations, and that's really important.
John, it's not for me to tell you how to do your business or insurers across Europe, but I can't help thinking that some form of pandemic ray is more of a Pandora's box. If you want, which I understand, and maybe I've got this wrong, you want governments to get involved in some form of black swan ray, pandemic ray type situation, you're asking yourself further down the line for more politicalisation, more taxation, more regulation, and quite frankly, moving away from contract law, which is the bread and butter of underwriters and how they get their deals with brokers and what have you, and moving on to something that's more principle-based as well. Aren't you opening up a whole set of events if you get the politicians involved with underwriting and reinsurance?
Well, it's a really good question. We're trying to do three things at once, actually, and what we've announced today is three different ideas. And I'll go through them really quickly for you. One is just down to us. We've talked about something called Restart, which is a pure Lloyd's risk pooling solution for, if you like, non-damage business interruption insurance, i.e. the financial consequence of a business needing to be closed. And we're talking about ideas that we could put in place for 2021, and that involves no government intervention. So that's one idea. In the middle of that, we've got an alternative to a loan structure. We've called it Recovery, which is similar to a savings and loan structure. So it's a very, very long-term insurance contract, could be 10 or 12 years, where, if you like, a customer can fund into that and get the protection through an insurance cover for a loss of a systemic nature. Could be a pandemic, could be cyber. And that's capital advantageous and tax advantageous. And then right at the other end of the extreme, it's a conversation, really, to say, let's just be careful that we don't solve this year's problem and forget about the next problem. And Black Swan Re, you're absolutely right, would need a very significant partnership with government. And that's just recognizing that these systemic events, there isn't the money in the insurance industry or any industry to cope. I mean, $10 trillion has gone into the world's economy as a result of COVID. So at that extreme, it does need a partnership with government. But we're not relying exclusively on that. We've got other ideas as well.